Why is the United States so obsessed with race and ethnicity? You know, it's funny, it's a very valid question. Earlier this week, I received an email from a teacher in France who had seen a video I had done that asked that question. And the teacher asked me if it was okay to use a clip of that video and an activity that they're using at school. It's like some kind of escape room game, but there's something about talking about how the Americans are obsessed with DNA tests. And my video ended up serving as the perfect little clip. So they use a minute of that clip and something about using it even in a textbook in France. So imagine that some random guy who talks about DNA test ends up being selected by this school in France. That's a true story. And I instantly gave them my approval. I'm like, and I even asked them, I'm like, you sure? Me? I'm nobody special. But I really wanted to lead this into the concept, kind of more of a sequel or follow-up to that video, that question. Why is America so obsessed with race and ethnicity? I think a lot of it has to do with, ultimately, when you look at us in 2019, we're very aware of all the things that were not right in our past. Things that happened way before we were born, but the way Native Americans were treated, the way that black people have been treated, it's still something we're working through. Like, this is the awakening. We get it. We're becoming woke. But at the same time, we're trying to sort this all out still. Even if it happened before we were born, we're still born into the aftermath of it. And I think a lot of it comes down to some of my most popular videos. I make a video talking about how people hope that they show Native American when they take a DNA test and they're just another white person. They take a DNA test hoping that they'll show Native American. Why? Because of how Native Americans were treated when the Europeans came. And they want to think, well, maybe I had a great-grandparent that really was Cherokee, because I always heard that. It's a way of making the white person feel less guilty about what happened to the Native Americans, even though it happened way before we were born. And then there's also the part about Jewish. A lot of people hope that they're part Jewish or celebrate if they're show Jewish DNA on their test, because we have such respect culturally for Jewish people here in America. I made more than one video. There's quite an overlap and a level of respect we have to Jewish people. They're very good at managing money, at owning businesses. It's part of the American concept, the American viewpoint. I want to make something from nothing. I want to come from some other land and establish myself here. There's a sense of pride in that. Plus, there's the World War II thing where we feel like we played a part in ending the war, World War II, all the Holocaust, all that stuff. And we accept Jewish people here, especially after the war, like, oh wow, these are awesome people. So I think if you can at least be Native American descent, oh, maybe I'm part of Jewish descent. So I think that has a lot to do with it as far as why we're obsessed. But then also, I can't deny the fact that because we are a nation full of immigrants, and though the majority of the population is of European descent, we often don't know our own story. We don't really know where we came from. A lot of people throughout the world can know that every generation came from this part of the world. We can't say that in America. All we can do is guess up until the point DNA tests became affordable. And suddenly it becomes this obsession because it's no longer a mystery. Even if we never know the exact stories, we can at least get confirmation of certain things that were always told. I mean, and that was the case for me. There was always speculation there was Jewish DNA, there was Jewish descent in our family. We never knew that, but we always speculated it. And then the test and my mom showed that she's 15.2% Sephardic Jewish and only 4.5% Italian, even though half of her family came from Italy. So it's very interesting for a lot of Americans, maybe more so than any other country. We have more to celebrate, we have more to explore, we have more to be confused by. So there you go, there's the sequel to my question, why are Americans so obsessed with ethnicity, race, DNA test? You got more to say? I hope you do. Comment section right here for you.